Oh
I
my
spoke too
gosh.
soon. Hi,
Oh my
everyone. If you're
gosh.
just joining me on my Facebook, it's because I don't know how to push buttons, and now we're live.
All right.
Okay, we really are back. We're back from a
Yes.
hiatus. We had a little hiatus, and we're here. Today we're talking about focus,
Not hiatus, focus.
not hiatuses, which you are allowed to take at your
Just
discretion.
focus on our
Yes.
topic. Anyway, this is the well. We discuss different topics, our experiences with said topics. We hope it provides value and wisdom bits for you to the listener. So if you are journeying with us and it does provide value, we would love to know. We would love to hear. Emily and I are both professional coaches. I work around mindset and transformation, and I help people sort of understand the patterns that they're in so that they can get out of those patterns, claim their biggest dreams, their next level of success. And really, in order to do that in a freeing way, it's uncovering the mindsets that you need to have.
Hmm, beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I like to consider myself a facilitator of powerful conversations. I'm a transformational leader. I do coaching one-on-one. I work with small businesses. And I have a couple side coaching gigs too now, which are really exciting, where I get to bring the world of leadership development and transformation to the workplace and to individuals. In efforts to democratize coaching and make it more readily available for others. And I'm really excited to share that I have just launched my fourth rendition of the Wild and Wise all-female mastermind. So if you're watching these videos and you don't know who I am or what I do, but you are identifying as female and you're curious, then I would support you to send me a message, and I'll let you know about that. Or you can check out some of my social media, Emily Haruko on Instagram or Emily Haruko on Facebook, and you can find out more there.
Awesome. Thanks, Em. Thank you.
That's me focusing on actually promoting myself, which is something that is a bit edgy for me that I don't often do, but is sort of a critical and crucial part to building a business. So thanks for receiving that. If you did, cheers.
I did. Thank you,
Thank
Em.
you. Right.
So for today, we want to cover this idea of a focus. I don't know about you, but this is something I'm consistently working with. I'm a big fan of the productivity planner, which I don't have in front of me. It's over there.
Mine's
Focus.
still on back order.
But yeah, let's dive in. Do you want to start, or you want me to start?
Why don't you vamp first for us?
Okay. So for me, focus sort of takes two shapes. The first shape is like focus and flow, and that's what everyone knows. That's when you lose track of time, and focus doesn't feel like focus. Focus feels like you are in your gift zone, and you've sort of crossed that threshold of like work and grind, and then you sort of drop into this really nice place where you're losing track of time, and you're just in it, you're creating. So that's one shape of focus. Really, the other shape of focus I want to speak on today that I've had experiences with is when focus feels constricting, when focus feels like a task I have to get over. And that's what I've been working with the better part of this year, is how I've been showing up to those. And for me, it's identifying sort of signals that I get within my body, within my internal systems, as to the things that sort of prevent me from having focus. For me, that's been useful, because once I identify those, once I've named them, I can actually work with it a little better. I can identify my patterns a little bit better. And when I do identify my patterns a little bit better, my focus tends to be pointed at the tasks that matter. So my energy goes towards the tasks that matter, as opposed to trying to escape the task. So for example, this productivity planner, what it has you do is really write down the top tasks for the day, and you have to spend time prioritizing which ones are best for you, or you think are going to pull, are going to be the biggest levers for you in that day. And so what comes up for me is once I've established that, I all of a sudden are faced with this task. What happens is I get sort of that feeling of like, this is like, I'm not in flow here. This is boring. It's painful. I want to escape. I want to find a shiny new thing that will allow me to avoid this thing. And that's a signal to me. Before, I sort of just fell into that trap and I'd be like, yep, on to the next thing. This is boring. I'm done. But when I stick with it and I name like, oh, there's that sort of escaping feeling again. I want to be liberated from this feeling. I can work with that. I can name it in this moment. And then I can come back to just not buying into that sort of pattern and machine. And I can go to, look, I've committed myself to 20 minutes for this. I recognize that there's this pattern coming up for me. I don't need to fall into it. I'm going to meet my commitment of 20 minutes, 25 minutes of focus here. And then I'm going to give myself a 5-minute reward of whatever that is on the other side. And so that's how I've been playing with focus. It's been paying off for me. I think, I think I'm pulling the right levers. And when I'm doing it right, I cross that threshold and I get into flow. But that's what it's looked like for me. What about you?
Thanks for sharing that. I love what you said about just like flow as kind of this ability to lose track of time. And for me, there's something there in terms of you acting in alignment when it comes to your focus, right? Like we could focus on all we want, and like the distinction, like what you focus on, you get more of, shows up for me. But there was, for me, as you were speaking, there was this very subtle difference between force versus focus, right? And where do we allow this ability to see the nuance between the two to actually inform us of whether or not we're focusing in alignment or if we're out of alignment, right? Are we working in our zone of competence or are we working in our zone of genius? Is the thing that we're focused on aligned with something that we are ultimately committed to? Does that commitment honor our values? And then the other piece was like, simple, not easy. We have a guest today. We have a guest co-host. It is simple, not easy, is this ability for us to be in conscious choice, right? Where are we in conscious choice around what we're choosing to focus on, around the things that we've decided to be committed to? And where can we like police ourselves in essence to know when are we showing up from a place of force and when are we showing up from a place of actual genuine focus, and where is that focus? What is that focus aligned with? So that's my sort of 2 cents on just reflecting of what you shared. And I think if I'm being really transparent, it's like this is such an area for me to refine and continue to work on. It's like I love what I do. And I sometimes have a lack of focus when it comes to strategy or planning, as you and I have discussed. And so this is just this topic is actually pretty live for me right now, because as I look at continuing to grow and expand and having just launched the 4th mastermind, which is always a scary process because it's like, is anyone going to say yes? Are they who's going to do it? And they've all in the past, they've all come to fruition. They've all manifested. People, women have had fantastic life-changing experiences, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But this part of like the enrollment process and the focusing on, who's going to be in the program, who do I want there, who would this serve, how do I put it out there in a way that feels good, that feels authentic, that feels genuine, that's building trust, that's, piquing people's curiosity. Yeah. So I can focus on all of those things. And if I really have to pull it apart, it's like, where am I focusing on my strategy? What's my plan? And sometimes for me, I even lack focus in terms of developing those things. It's like, I know what I want, like cerebrally, but where am I in action and focusing on like a step-by-step milestone plan process to actually bring those things into fruition? So again, simple, not easy. It's an in-depth topic, especially for me currently right now, because I'm very like,
You have
I'm,
shiny
and I'm
object
not. I'm
syndrome.
also really like, you know, I'm basically,
um,
yeah, BPD. Just kidding.
no, I appreciate you sharing them. I think, we very much resonate with each other that way around our focus. I call it shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
And the thing that stood out to me is, the words alignment and conscious choice. It's
Yep.
always checking in. Otherwise, if you're not checking in, you're just going from one to the next. And it feels like you're being productive because you're going from one to the next and it feels like you have focus. But in reality, it's you're pulling on the levers that are giving you, the least amount of productivity.
Yeah.
And ideally where we want to be at is like for every 1 unit of effort, where's the screen? There you go. For every 1 unit of effort, you have 10x productivity. Right. Instead of 1 unit of effort, 1 unit productivity. Mm-hmm. And I think focus is such a broad theme for me. Focus means like understanding my vision, checking in and aligning with that, doing the work, not just keeping things up here. It's very easy for us to keep up here, but doing the work to like strategize and plan, like what does this look like? And then on an everyday basis, sort of being in conscious choice, realigning with that, taking inventory that these levers, are going to bring me the most things today. And then, improvising along the way. And, focus takes discipline. Focus takes discipline. Yes. It really does.
It's such a powerful reminder. I often get seduced by like, I only want to do the sexy thing. I only want to do the fun thing. And then sometimes I'll take stock in like, okay, what's the impact that I'm creating? What's the results that I'm creating? And where have I perhaps stepped over some of the more mundane yet crucial tasks? Where have I actually spent my time in, building something to actually come to fruition? Where have I lacked focus on just like, I get like super woo-woo and spiritual. Like, I just will it. Clients come out of the sky. And sometimes they do. And it's incredible. Yeah. But I think that, that's not a sustainable way to run a business, right? That's not a sustainable businesswoman. So yeah, this idea of just being able to understand how holistic focus truly is when it comes to the tasks at hand and the commitments that we want to see brought to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah. I think focus is part of that, is like when the mundane becomes part of the flow.
Ooh, I love that. Because you're so in touch with and connected to the result that you want to create.
Yeah. It becomes part of it. You sort of bring it into that. Yeah. And that's what stood out to me in what you just said. Like when you are slowing down to the mundane. And again, it's like it's a dance. Like you said, no one's perfect at it. I'm not perfect at it. And so I think grace needs to be very much in the equation, being committed, doing the work, being diligent, using the tools like the productivity planner. I want to get it, but it's right there. But I don't want to take off my headphones. Productivity planner, intelligent change. I'm a big fan.
It's on back order. If
you're in Canada, maybe. I don't know if you're in the US. Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know that would make a difference. I would imagine they probably ship from the same place, but who knows? I'm in Canada and it's on back order, so still waiting for mine. It's not helping me be very productive.
Yeah.
I keep hearing all these incredible things about how it's going to truly change the way that I do things. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and we both know this. They're tools, right?
Yes.
But our mindset is what needs to be locked in. So I appreciate you sharing. Hopefully, it sounds like there's been some resonance on both sides. And if you are listening and you want to talk to us about this and you want to dive into this or experience our coaching, please reach out. I am at joemargomez.com. I have contact info there. I'm also at I write weekly on Substack, joemar.substack.com.
And you can be reached at hello@joemargomez.com.
That too. What about you, Em?
You can find me at emilyharuko.com. You can reach out to me via social media, which is probably the best way to find me. And I'll also put a link in the comments if you want to schedule a free time to talk.
Yep.
I'll do that. Actually, on Instagram, it'll be in my link tree, and on Facebook, it'll be in the comment section.
Yeah. I just got an idea for our topic next week. Powerful conversations.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Why
So stay tuned.
we don't? Yeah, stay tuned. Why we don't have them
but
anywhere?
we should let our audience know that we are now doing the Well bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly,
So
yes.
2 weeks from today, you will see us talking about powerful conversations. And if you have a topic that you would like us to discuss, please put it in the comments or send one of us a message. We love your feedback and to hear from you and to know what you guys think of these videos. And our wish and aspiration is that they provide you just little wisdom bits to support you on your journey, give you some food for thought, empower you to live the fullest expression of your life and in your life experience. That's our wish.
Come on.
And I'm just sending you all so much love from my heart to yours. And thank you for joining us. From our hearts to your hearts.
Yeah. I see you, Reno. Hi, Reno. All right, friends. Bye-bye.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Ciao, ciao.